I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. But my poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular. But he must do it because conscience tells him it is right.
Back in the late 40s, I would go to Woolworth to eat lunch, and I couldn't understand why I could sit down and eat, and yet the blacks had to stand up or take their food and leave. My conscience bothered me, and it broke my heart to see this indignity heaped on a human being, and I decided to do something about this wrong.
A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice.
People need to know your whole family were part of the movement. You and your sister and brother are not just some kids of an icon. You are actively fighting in the tradition of your father.
The task is not done. Their journey is not complete. Regressive stand-your-ground laws must be repealed. Federal anti-profiling legislation must be enacted. Comprehensive immigration reform must be adopted.
We should never adjust to policies and practices that profile people because of their color, their ethnicity, or their nation of origin.
Our Constitution begins with the words, "We the people, our family, your family, we all count."
I firmly believe that if we are going to make significant change within our own nation or within the world community, because we can't separate them any longer, is that we must start immediately and everywhere to teach and expose people to the philosophy of nonviolence.
If we want to create a truly just and decent society, then we must work together to rectify injustices against all people. We must hold fast to the dream.
Is his dream still a dream, or is it a reality?
Elements of my father's dream have become a reality, but a vast amount of it still has not been achieved.
We're still fighting voter suppression. 17 states now have some form of voter ID law.
Supreme Court today struck down a very important part of the Voting Rights Act.
700,000 New Yorkers stopped and frisked, overwhelmingly young Black and Latino.
The unemployment rate ticked higher from 7.2
The U.S. minimum wage ranks 24th out of 25 rich countries, according to Bloomberg News.
The U.S. has spent 189 of its 235 years at war.
Today, poverty is worse than it was when Daddy started his Poor People's Campaign in 1968.
If he just arrived, he'd be highly disappointed, would hope that we were further down the road, but he also would be hopeful. He was an optimist.
I believe that even amid today's mortar bursts and whining bullets, there is still hope for a brighter tomorrow.
We believe in impossible dreams, and we dedicate ourselves to working toward the fulfillment of those dreams.
We shall overcome.